my view, this was an extremely successful presidency by India. India has a traditionally strong relationship with Russia. It has a very conflictual relationship with China. It has a growing relationship with the United States. So it's a kind of a bridge builder. India keeps its promises because India announced that it wants to be an advocate of the Global South, of 7 billion people. In my view, this was an extremely successful presidency by India, and there are several reasons for that. First and foremost, because there was an expectation that there will be no joint declaration at the end of this one-year process. You have hundreds of meetings throughout the year, many important ones as well, between foreign ministers or defense ministers. And at the end of this journey, you finalize the process with the summit. And there were significant fears that a joint declaration won't be possible because we know for a fact that right now, and this is nothing to do with India specifically, but there is a very big conflict between the United States on the one hand and China and Russia on the other. And not only because of Russia's war against Ukraine, which is ongoing and which looks like is going to last at least for the next few years. So this is the first thing. It happened also at the level of Security Council of the United Nations. The second important point is that, of course, India has a traditionally strong relationship with Russia. It has a very conflictual relationship with China. It has a growing relationship with the United States. So it's a kind of a bridge builder right now. It has actually the best, let's say, position to take the best from both worlds, right? From the West and from, China, Russia, let's say, kind of led regional formats such as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization or BRICS. Okay, so against this background, of course, the expectation was that there will be more troubles on the horizon rather than successful achievements. But in the end, it was the Indian diplomacy, it was also the experience of India, how to deal and how to tackle these issues. And I argued that the joint declaration with more than 90 bullet points, including 5 bullet points on the ongoing war in Ukraine, has been a big achievement. Second important point, the inclusion of African Union. This is the second institutional actor next to the European Union. So the European Union was the first one. Now with the African Union, there is a balance. There is a kind of, let's say, a more fair representation of the Global South. So we see India keeps its promises because India announced that it wants to be an advocate of the Global South, of 7 billion people around the world. And what better way of actually including all 54 African countries and have a fair representation at the most vibrant platform. G20 represents the most vibrant economies of the world right now, including the Indian one, which is projected to become world's economic power number 3. Third important point, IMEC. You mentioned IMEC, and here this came with a big surprise, I must admit, the announcement of a connectivity and transport and energy corridor between India, Gulf states, including UAE, Saudi Arabia and Israel, and Europe. So think about it. This would mean something as, let's say, in the dimension of China's middle corridor, the very famous Silk Road corridor, one of the most important connectivities, but also the Indian-Russian north-south transport corridor. So this would be a third important connectivity project of global dimension. And of course, what happened on 7th of October with the terrorist attack of Hamas against Israel, practically put this project on hold, but I argue that this is just a preliminary, let's say, break, and we will see more of it because this is the future of, let's say, connecting the capital and the industrial heart of Europe with the most vibrant region right now in the Gulf, and with, like I said, the most, right now, the fastest growing economy of the world, which is India.